guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I am building a modern chalet in the world of Glimmerbrook. This is based off of a lot of builds that I found in the Swiss Alps. I had gotten a bunch of specific suggestions from you guys to build something inspired by that area, so that's what I'm doing here today. I saw a lot of different homes with this style, a lot of buildings with this style, and I decided of the few different ones I was seeing, I wanted to go with a more modern approach because I just really enjoyed how those looked. So I looked at a bunch of different reference pictures and combined some ideas for that. And so this ends up being kind of like a loft, sort of. It's an interesting one. It's 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and you'll see it come together, but we work on the outside for quite some time. I had fun working with terrain manipulation to make this look like it was on a big hill covered in snow. I don't actually build in the winter too often in games, so that was definitely a nice change of pace. Plus using a lot of the evergreen trees. I had a lot of fun with this build. I think it's a little bit something different. But just trying to figure out some fencing for this top balcony. This balcony leads you into the actual only bedroom in the house, which is connected to like a loft office space inside, which I think is quite nice. So you can have like a private balcony for your bedroom. I did build this house in the world of Glimmerbrook, so you could definitely live here if you'd like to. And if you're interested in that, it did come in at around 48,000 simoleons. But I could also see this working super well as a vacation home in the world of Granite Falls. So you could definitely place it there instead if you're interested. I didn't overly customize the place. It's definitely looks like somebody lives here, but it's not super cluttered. So I feel like it could work as a regular home or a vacation home with no issue. Either way, if you guys would like to download this build, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Gryphi, which is my origin ID, or the hashtag MsGryphi. I will also put all of that information in the description down below, as well as a direct download link to the gallery website if it's easier for you to grab it that way. But we're just working on some windows here, and I just love the wood paneling I put on the outside of this house. This is from Eco Lifestyle. It's probably my favorite wallpaper in the game at this point. I also used all the windows, actually, I think, are from Eco Lifestyle. I love the boxy one downstairs, the little black pop-out window. I think that is so pretty and it fit the space and basically the exact style I was going for. But inside now we're trying to figure out where the stairs are going to go to lead up to the second floor, and I do end up changing it, but I cut out a lot of that. So here all of a sudden the floor is bigger upstairs. We're doing a little cutout and this is where the stairs are going to go. And that little balcony space, I originally put a bed there, but I decided that that's going to be an office space later on. But we're just popping back outside now to add a little bit more detail to the exterior. I added these sort of wooden beams. I'm not really sure what they are called, but I saw a lot of things like this to hold up the roof in the reference pictures that I did find online, and I thought it made a lot of sense. I do that a lot with roofs that are extended out like that. I pulled the eaves out on both sides of this, and then adding a sliding glass door with a little bit of a privacy wall in front of it. I did see a lot of references that kind of showed like there was a removable piece of wall that could be put in front of windows and doors, so it looks like it's just flush. All of it is just the siding, and you don't see the windows and doors unless you want to, and I liked that idea, so I just have a little bit of a separation there. Down here I'm just adding this root coming out of the ground and some greenery around it, as well as a place to put the mailbox, and adding some planters outside on that privacy wall as well. The landscaping's almost done here, just messing around with some rocks and trees and trying to make it look like it fits into its surroundings pretty well, and checking out what it looks like at night, especially with those trees that light up. But I decided we needed to add a little bit more space out the back, and so we're just working on that, as well as a back balcony or a back deck. I decided to kind of replicate the slant of the roof for this little overhang. I make it a little bit shorter, and so there's 2 different pieces of roof partially covering this area, and then I'm going to extend it on over the back deck. And I decided for the back and the front deck to use the stilted foundation. I thought it made a little bit more sense. And we're just about to extend that roof here and now and support that with some columns, just so there is a part of that that is covered. So maybe you're not going to get fully snowed on in this area. I think I kept this light. I was really excited about using it because it's not one I use very often, but since I was building in the winter, I thought it looked nice. and just kind of planning out the interior a little bit here. I do jump back and forth like usual between the spaces, plopping down a fireplace, which I do end up changing out for a different one later. And then for the floor plan, we have a bathroom over in the back corner, and then this other room I just sectioned off is going to be the kitchen space. As for the wallpapers in this area, they all pretty much mimic what is outside with the exception of the darker wood and the stone that I have on the wall where the fireplace is going to go. I did think about having a larger dining table, but it didn't really make sense anyway. There wasn't enough space for it, but this is also only a 1-bedroom house, so I'm not sure why I did that. But I made this a little bit more of an informal sitting area by our fireplace. I have a couple of chairs, a table, and we end up adding some poofs and cushions, and I think it's pretty cozy in the end. I went for, in general, just a modern interior that's kind of a cozy look and feel. I did look at a lot of reference pictures, and the interior styles I was seeing were all over the place, especially for the more modern structures. So I just kind of went with it, and hopefully you guys like how it came out. It does have a very neutral color scheme, a lot of like beiges, browns, blacks. I think it would be easy to add a splash of color in here if you're interested in that, but I kind of liked how cozy it felt. Adding some of these fluffy rugs from City Living. I think I added 2 of them, maybe a cream colored one and a black one in the end, as well as this bookcase from Moschino Stuff. I love this bookcase so much. There's so much you could add to it, and just the hanging plant on it is so pretty. I have one of those in my office, and I wish we had that as just an individual plant that you could place on shelves in The Sims and it wasn't only connected to that bookcase. I feel like that's an issue we have with a lot of items, that there's a lot of decorative clutter pieces that are attached to a shelf, and you're like, but I just want that one thing. I like it all together as well, but could I also have all the pieces separately? Maybe someday. I'm not going to count on it, but that would be fantastic. Just putting a fruit bowl over on the coffee table, and then making a little bit of a bar area over here. I used these shelves that have various juices already on them, and then intertwined some shelves from games to kind of cover how bright the shelves are. They're like glowing light up shelves, and I didn't feel like that fit the style of this home, I suppose. But also filling up this shelf and the little dresser under the stairs. Just added a plant, a Lindsay speaker, and now we're adding some paintings going up the steps. Plus I also added a television, like a small box TV on the shelves in case your Sims wanted to use that. This is a little bit more of a lounge area. There's a couple of those in here. As you can see, there's the more informal one by the fireplace, and then there's some cozy couches over here by the bar. Your Sims are definitely gonna have plenty of opportunities to get juiced in this house. I do kind of feel like it is a vacation home, whether you use it in a vacation world or you just want your Sims to come stay here sometimes. I feel like you can do it either way. Maybe it's like in the winter they live here. I don't know. I just had fun with it, and I figured since when I build homes like this, I tend to always put them in Granite Falls, it would be nice to use Glimmerbrook for a change of pace. Plus, I don't think I had ever seen Glimmerbrook in the winter before, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I was happy about that. I did use these wall decorations up top that came with Eco Lifestyle to act as more of a modern cabinet. I think that's a kind of cool idea. Obviously, they're not functional, but neither are the ones in game that are meant to be cabinets. They're just decorations. So I thought it was fine to do it that way. So hopefully you guys like that. I thought it was a neat way to have like different cabinets in the game. So that's what I did, and just adding temperature controls as well as a fire alarm before we head out onto the back porch, adding a trash can, a barbecue, and then there's going to be the modern picnic table that came with the holiday pack as well. I didn't end up putting a whole lot on this back porch, just some more of these planters that are the same ones that are on that privacy wall out front. And then we're back inside working on the bathroom. I used the same countertops that I was using in the kitchen, and the tiny living toilet and mirror because they are so pretty and I just feel like they fit really well in here. I also used that base game painting of the Appalachian Mountains. I thought that was a very good idea for this build. Pretty much all the artwork I used in here is like mountain based, but this is going to be the bedroom. It is tucked into the roof upstairs. It's directly at the top of the staircase outside. So the little balcony out there leads to this bedroom. I thought it was really interesting that most of the roof patterns on the inside are just, you can't see anything, but for some reason when there's snow on them, you see the snow on the inside too. So that's why the roof looks sparkly. So hopefully that doesn't bother you. I thought it was kind of neat. It's obviously not realistic, but I quite liked it. But I keep this room pretty neutral. I create a headboard for this bed using some of these decorative pieces that came with Dine Out, I believe. So just placing those down now, using this white bed from Seasons. It's one of my favorites. I feel like we just need more beds that have comforters like this that hang off the edge. So pretty. And then this is the loft space that I turn into an office area. I thought this was quite nice and I think pretty realistic to have something like this. So we're just adding this more modern computer. And I do actually change the desk to a lighter wood tone right now. And just adding some more decorations, some like a curtain. That's not a curtain, that is a rug. A rug down there, a little cork board, some plants, and I believe we're about to add a dresser that looks like it could be part of this desk. That looks like a desk you'd buy at IKEA, those drawers. I was really excited about that. I thought it fit so flawlessly together. And just a couple more decorations up here. I keep it fairly simple. And then I randomly decided we're having a cat. So there's a cat in this house. I was like, okay, I think this cat tree looks really good right here. So where can we fit everything else? So I add the kitty litter box in here. And then there's going to be a toy box at the top of the steps. And we're going to pop downstairs to put a food bowl in the kitchen. Now that the feline is taken care of, we are coming to the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, if you could give this video a big thumbs up, it really helps me out. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'd love to have you join us. And if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Please enjoy the screenshots and I will see you all soon. Bye everybody.